Got a fun fact movie update that I ran across recently.
Woohoo!
Um, not
Or sorry,
not update, but
woo.
woo, Princess Bride.
Woo.
We did that one.
Yeah!
We did that one in season 1. I was
I think
watching
that
that.
ended our season 1.
It did. It did. Right after Black Sheep.
Yep. Black Sheep is on our top 10.
It was a fun podcast. Not a great
It really
movie.
was.
But I was watching something and they were talking about iocane powder and if somebody could build an immunity to a poison like that. And the way poisons work is you couldn't build enough immunity to it. It's not something that your body can adapt to like that. However, venoms, like with snake venoms and things like that, that is something you can build up an immunity to and build up a tolerance for, which is what they were trying to figure out, like what type of poison that the iocane powder could be representative of. So they determined that they probably thought it was a venom. And the thing about venoms is when they dry, they're kind of a flaky powder. So you could collect it, and it's odorless and tasteless. Might be a little sweet as a venom, but that it'd be that powdery form. However, if you put it in water, it makes it basically useless. It just dissolves and doesn't make it useless. But if you inhale it, you get a dose of it and it starts affecting you. So instead of Wesley actually having an immunity, he poisons Vizzini right away when he sniffs it in, and then he just has to fake the whole thing with the cups. Like, here you go, it's in whatever cup you think it is. Fine time till the venom takes effect.
Yeah.
Which is something I never thought of. I was like, hey, Wesley has immunity, whatever. But this outsmarting thing, that makes it so much cooler.
Hello and welcome to episode 65 of the Watch It Bro podcast. I'm Tristan.
And I am Marshall.
Hello and welcome to episode 65 of the Watch It Bro podcast. I'm Tristan.
And I am Marshall.
And if you just got deja vu, that is probably because today we are talking about the movie Groundhog Day, the 1993 classic starring Bill Murray and not featuring Rob Schneider.
Oh,
There
I
was so
feel
much there, wasn't there?
there was. It was great. Starring Bill Murray.
I almost called him Bill Furry.
Oh, I figured here you go, Bill freaking Murray.
That sounds like something I would, I would do. That segment, that's better than Bill Furry.
See, we're funny. Just not
Yeah,
before.
sure. No, I was going for the Rob Schneider joke. Yeah. Well, should we get into the specs? Because I got nothing.
Yeah, that was fun. Let's do the specs.
All right. Groundhog Day was directed by the great Harold Ramis.
Yes, another movie that Bill Murray and Harold Ramis were associated with together.
Not so fun fact.
Oh,
It is the last movie they were ever in together or worked on together.
yes.
They sometimes Bill Murray can have a bit of a tood, and he and Harold Ramis butted heads during filming of this, so much so that they didn't speak for almost 20 years and only reconciled their friendship a few years before Harold Ramis' passing
Yeah.
in 2012, wasn't it?
Feels right.
But the story of Groundhog Day was written by Danny Rubin.
And we may remember him from such films as
Nothing. He's
Oh.
not. He didn't have a Wikipedia page. You see the extent of the
Danny Rubin. Nope, just did
of
this.
the of the lengths that I go to research things.
I do. Hang on. Danny Rubin. I mean, he didn't do a lot. Hear No
Didn't do
Evil,
enough to get a Wikipedia page.
SWF, Stork Day, Own Devices, 12 episodes. Okay. But he did other things, just not a lot.
Okay, cool, good for him. So, moving on to our
Harold Ramis
starring.
also helped with the script.
Yes, he did. Our starring cast kicking this off is
Bill Furry.
Bill Murray, the great Bill Murray, who you might remember from What About Bob? Groundhog. Nope, that's the movie today.
Garfield.
Yeah, that was a movie he accidentally went in for because he thought it was a different movie.
Yeah. But he had fun with it.
He did.
From Charlie's
Uh,
Angels. Oh,
Ghostbusters, Caddyshack. Don't watch Caddyshack. I don't endorse it, but he was in it. Uh, Moving on.
I watched a deep dive on Caddyshack 2.
I forgot they did that.
The studio wish they did too.
It's been long enough. I think people have forgotten.
Yeah.
But moving on, we have Andy McDowell, as you might recognize from the movie Multiplicity, Four Weddings and a Funeral, or for looking surprisingly identical to Julia Louis-Dreyfus and mistaking her for being on Seinfeld.
I guess she kind of looks like her.
Oh, I always thought they were the same person.
Oh. Fair enough.
And rounding out our starring cast, according to the Wikipedia, we have Chris Elliott, who you might remember from being Meter Man Ray in Nickelodeon's The Adventures of Pete and Pete.
Really? That's where you're going?
Yes, but probably more accurately, you recognize him from a little movie called Cabin Boy, or for a recurring role on Everybody Loves Raymond or How I Met Your Mother.
Yes, where he played Mickey Aldrin.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. As far as starring casts go, that seems appropriate for this movie. There's other people in it, but you know,
We might talk about them,
we might talk about them when they show up.
or we might forget because we do that too.
Yep, we do. We do
But
do that.
But Groundhog Day was released February 12th, 1993, on a budget of 30 million. It became a moderate box office success at bringing in 105 million. Not quite enough to give it the title of blockbuster.
No, but it has become it. Its popularity, I'd say, put it in that category when you think of blockbuster
It
movies.
is Yes, it is definitely a pop culture icon, and it is the most popular Groundhog Day movie to date.
As opposed to Groundhog Day 2 and 3.
Have you heard the what is it? They were like they should um, do a three. What is it? They should talk about Groundhog Day 2 and release it in theaters and have it just be Groundhog Day,
Yes, that would be
not redo.
hysterical. No,
Yeah,
just
literally just play the same movie.
yep. That would be funny.
That would be funny. That would be a good. It would be like a joke,
Yeah, and people get to watch Groundhog Day, which is fun.
and, and people would be really, really mad that they spent $60 to see a movie in the theaters that they could have seen at home.
Well, some people would.
If you thought you were getting a different movie and you're like, I've seen this.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, Marshall.
I don't think I have anything else about the start of this movie.
Oh, fun fact.
I like fun facts.
Andy McDowell's character was almost played by Tori Amos, musician Tori Amos.
I like the clarification.
Huh.
The name's not ringing a bell, which is weird because I'm usually great with names.
That's how I'd describe you.
I got a fun fact too before we get into it too much.
Right now,
But I'll let you explain who Tori Amos is.
yes.
Your instant ability to jump in and who this is reassuring.
I thought everyone knew who Tori Amos was. I don't know any of her music. She's not good.
You don't even know who Tori Amos is.
I know who Tori Amos is. She covered Smells Like Teen Spirit, and it was really weird. She was like a big deal in the 90s. I didn't listen to her.
Oh, okay, not really associated with the band, just Tori Amos, musician,
Yeah,
currently still active.
yeah.
Cool. Fun fact:
Yes.
Ramis originally wanted Tom Hanks to
Yeah.
play Phil, but then he decided that Tom Hanks was too nice. He wouldn't be able to pull it off. Well, I didn't pull it off, but he was just it's Tom Hanks. He's a lovable goofball.
Another fun fact
Yeah.
was Michael Keaton turned down the role.
Oh, he could do it good.
Yeah, he would have been fun.
Michael Keaton's got that snarky grumpiness about him. He can pull out.
Yeah, yeah. Just out of a movie. Anyway, well, Marshall,
Mm-hmm.
should we get into it?
Hmm. Yes.
All right, this kicks off with the Columbia Pictures logo, the old one.
Yes. Yes, it does.
Why was that funny?
Because I coughed while you were talking.
Oh, it didn't pick up.
Oh, good. Because my little green bar lit up.
Marshall loves them logos.
I know what my next shirt's gonna say.
What?
Love them logos. But I
Then we
do, and this is an old looking one. I mean, it feels older than the '90s.
I think because of the Columbia Picture logo, I always thought that this movie came out in 1983 instead of 93.
Yeah, that logo, you're like, oh, that's old. That's '80s.
Yeah,
But it must have been around the cusp of the time they started changing the logo too.
might have been, yeah. And then we see the sky, clouds, moving clouds, clouding it up
Yep.
in Skyland.
Clouding it up in Skyland.
Truth.
Okay.
And then we get some opening credits.
Like we did in all movies from the '80s and '90s. The credits were at the beginning.
Right, they made you sit through it.
Yep. You're gonna pay your
Otherwise, people
respects
won't.
first and then watch the movie.
People aren't gonna watch it if it's at the end,
Nope. That's
unless
why
you do
they
what
started
Marvel.
putting in end credit scenes.
That yeah, as I say, unless you do what Marvel did. That was always the worst when they first introduced that, and you're watching a movie, and you're like, "Oh, that was great," and they're like, "Yeah, did you see the end credit scene?" And, "What are you talking about?" "Oh, the scene after the credits." And you're like, "Oh crap, I gotta go back and listen to the credits, watch them."
Yes. Just listen to the music and sit there and talk about the movie for a second, and then you eat another thing.
Yeah.
It's a surprise.
Anyway, we see that Phil is a weatherman. Phil is Bill. Bill is Phil.
Yes,
Phil
yes.
Murray, Bill Connors,
Yes, Phil Murray's the waterman.
weatherman. He's the cloud
Weatherman.
guy. He's Mr. Clouds.
He doesn't have a weatherman name.
No, no, he doesn't. Well,
I mean, Phil's fine, but his last name should have been something like Weathers is too on the nose.
that'd be a little heavy-handed.
Yeah, yeah. Phil Rains or I don't know. It's got to be Phil for the story. We'll find out that soon. But
Do we? Does it have to be Phil?
yes, it's the name of the rodent. They share a name.
Is that poignant to the story in the slightest bit?
It makes him hate the town.
That's not why he hates the town.
No, it's not why, but I mean, everybody's like, "Oh, look, it's another Phil." Ha ha ha.
That happens one time.
I think it happens quite a bit.
Okay, they only show us the one time.
Yeah. Hang on. Cat. But oh no, what did I do? Am I still here? Can you hear me?
I hear you.
Oh, okay. Something popped up on my screen. I thought I get disconnected. Um,
Are you still trying to come up with weatherman names?
I was trying to think of where it was at, but yeah, Phil Rivers. Yeah, Phil Rivers.
Sandy's brother?
Yeah, yeah. There you go. Anyway,
Phil, meteorologist.
yeah, Phil Weatherman.
It's not his name. He's a weatherman. He's not Phil Weatherman.
But Phil's doing his thing. He's gesturing on the big green screen. Uh,
It's a
to
blue
the
screen.
stick. Yes, it's a blue screen. He's
It
gesturing to
comes
the
it
big.
comes up. It comes up.
He's gesturing to the big blue screen, and he's doing the weather on the map.
I, he would be a fun weatherman.
Yes, yes, he would.
We got this big blue thing. Yep, you do.
That's why they have the TVs on the side so you can see what he's pointing at.
No, it's a great concept. I never knew how they did that until I watched this movie. And then I
Oh,
was like, "Oh, that makes
like
a
how do
lot of
they know
sense."
where they're pointing?
It's really, really good.
Now they're just big digital screens, like touch screens. Like I'm gonna go here. We can do this. We can make a dot drawing.
Yeah, they gotta be careful with them drawings.
I've seen a lot of bloopers of that.
Yeah.
Storm's gonna head right up this way. We get some big rain down in these areas.
And I'm just gonna stand in front of my picture.
So let's delete that and move on. Sports?
Anything? Anybody? But hear that Phil I almost called him Phil Ryerson.
Phil
Phil's
Ryan.
predicting that there's a blizzard coming, and he's like, "Nope, it's not gonna hit us here in Philadelphia and no Pittsburgh." That's where they are.
Yeah.
and it's gonna push off and hit Altoona. Sucks for them.
Basically,
But I'm not gonna be here for the 10 o'clock because I'm going to Punxsutawney.
I gotta check out this hedgehog, groundhog.
Gotta do the groundhog thing. And then he's bantering with his co-anchor,
Yeah.
and she's like, "You must really like it out there. This is your third year in a row." And he's like, "No, it's four. It's four.
No, it's 4 long years.
Fourth time I've had to do it."
But it makes sense for the weatherman to do it because it determines whether there's more winter or not.
Absolutely. No, they picked the right man for the job, and he is thrilled.
He
And
is.
Phil is not quiet. Oh, well, they cut. Weather's over, or the news is over.
Yes.
And Phil expresses his dislike for the town of Punxsutawney.
Yes.
And then
And
we meet his new producer, Rita,
yep. Yep.
played by Andy McDowell, and she's wearing all blue, standing in front of the blue screen, and she finds it absolutely hilarious. And I'm like, yeah, kind of is.
It is. Yes, you're right. The blue screen make it I mean, yes. It's important
Not
for the
about
joke.
important, but there's a joke on it.
It's a funny joke. She's having a ball with it. It's great.
Yeah. And no ice on this one. I'm not cold. I don't I don't know why that made me think of that, but then we see a cityscape of Pittsburgh, and that turns into a news van traveling. Oh yeah, we met Larry. Phil doesn't
We
like
do
Larry.
we do meet Larry. He's the cameraman.
He
Phil
is the
doesn't like
cameraman.
Larry.
Phil does not like Larry,
No. He thinks he's weird.
and he's mean to him. He's mean to a lot of people.
He
We'll
is
see more of that
because Bill Murray can pull that off.
very well. And unlike Chevy Chase, he can still be likable.
Yeah, well, not if you're Lucy Liu.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, we've talked about that before. It's canon to the podcast.
it's so mean for no reason.
Anyway,
So mean. She's not that bad of an actor. But he was horribly offended by it.
anyway,
Got fired, and he's like, "Good, now I don't have to watch her try to act."
gee,
I don't know if that's true, it was just funny to me, so I said
oh god,
it.
yeah.
I don't know if he said that when he was fired from Charlie's
Oh,
Angels,
okay.
but I could see it because 'cause I'm Bill Murray.
Because I'm Bill Murray. Walks around saying that. I'm sorry, Bill.
If you're listening, Mr. Murray, uh, well, you know what you're like.
Please don't sue us. He just show up and beat us.
That's more accurate. Beat us like he did to Chevy Chase.
Chevy Chase deserved it.
Yes, he did.
We're already off the rails.
Oh, our last 2 podcasts have been kinda crazy.
Well, last one was good.
It was good, but it was chaos. Anyway,
What was
so
the
we're in a
last one?
van.
Why can't I remember what the last one was?
Turtles.
Oh yeah. Oh, I should have started that cover instead of Groundhog Day.
Oh, yeah, we need that cover. Anyway, we're in the middle of a podcast. Thanks for listening. But yeah, Phil breaks the news that he is probably gonna be leaving channel whatever they're on for national, uh,
Yes,
news.
yes, there are national news industries, national news organizations interested in our man Phil.
Yep.
Phil Connors?
Like the groundhog? My pages are stuck together and I
I'm
can't
okay. We'll laugh more when we get there because I'm jumping ahead in my mind.
oh boy. And now we're in Punxsutawney. We pull up to the hotel and Phil's like, I've stayed here. You ain't paying me to stay here again. And Rita's like, "You're not staying here. I booked you a B&B." And he goes, "Good, keep the talent happy." And that's dumb. And Larry makes sure to make fun of him for that. Behind his back,
Yep.
of course.
Yeah, yeah. Larry's not they're brazen enough to say it to his face.
Yeah. But then we see a sunrise and we get a good shot of the B&B from the outside, and it is a gorgeous house.
It is. It is.
But we see the clock click over to 6 a.m. and "I Got You Babe" plays on the radio. That's Sonny and Cher right there.
It is.
Fun fact,
Oh, I like fun facts.
after this movie came out, people wrote letters to Cher expressing how much they loved that she wrote a song for this movie, or loved the song that she wrote for this movie.
That's funny. 'Cause it's an old song.
Yes, it was written in 1965.
Almost 20 years earlier. 30 years earlier. I'm not fast math, I can't work with Chandler.
No, almost 30 years earlier. So, if it came out today, the song
Why?
to put that in today's perspective, that would be like a movie coming out today and the song for it being written in 1998. Could be Sixpence None the Richer.
Could be. Jeez. It's like, "Thank you, NSYNC, for writing this song. Bye, bye, bye for Deadpool."
In Seek,
In sync?
you said it wrong.
I did not.
Well, I guess we'll find out when you listen to the episode.
Because you won't fix it.
McCulkey.
Oh, McCulkey's the best.
Yeah.
It's the
Anyway,
best and the worst.
it, but we meet the off to see the Groundhog guy, who, if you listen to our Home Alone episode, played Santa in the first Home Alone movie.
Yes, Buckman's back.
Oh yeah, Buckerman.
Buckman from Down Periscope.
Right. And Phil goes down to breakfast, and he is not happy with the
He's not
toffee
happy with the continental breakfast.
with the breakfast at the B&B.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, do you have espresso?" And she's like, "It's a B&B in Punxsutawney. You're getting coffee, dude."
Yeah, if you want espresso, go to New Hampshire.
New Hampshire? Anyway, she tries to make chit chat, and he's just a real not a nice guy about it. Makes her feel bad, and then he leaves. And he runs into Ned Ryerson, Needle Nose Ned, Ned the Head. Dated your sister until you told me not to anymore.
Ned Ryerson. Yep, he just shows up. He's like, "Phil? Phil Connors? I know you."
He goes, "Oh, thanks for watching the show." No, we went to high school together, and he's like, "I got nothing, bud."
Did he?
And
Did he really?
I don't know.
So I've never really sure if he actually knew him or was just part of his whole gimmick.
Could have been either, but he's trying to run from Ned.
He is. He's trying to get out of there. He's got things to do.
Yeah,
People
because
to
Ned
see,
will not.
groundhogs to watch.
Yeah, he's got a groundhog to watch and a news report to give. And then he steps in a puddle, and that looks. He does not react the way I would react stepping into a puddle that's knee deep in the middle of winter
He is
in Pennsylvania.
no that I would be. I mean, he's clearly grumpy about it, but I would be more vocal about it.
Well, get that. What do? You got to go change.
He
Does he go
doesn't.
change?
No, he just goes to the report, and that tickles
Okay.
Ned to no end. He just starts laughing at him.
Yeah,
Watch that step.
it's a doozy. And now we're at Gobbler's Knob for the groundhog. and, and that's what it's actually called.
It is, and I laugh every time.
It's like a Disney thing. And Phil gives his first of many reports on the groundhog this year.
1 second.
Marshall's 1 seconding me.
So it's named Gobbler's Knob after a large flock of wild turkeys in the area.
Yes, because they couldn't call it Turkey Town.
Exactly. Where Phil's the mayor of Turkey Town.
Yep. But anyway, we're reporting on the groundhog. They knock on the door. They pull the little gopher out, and and Bill Murray's oldest brother tells us that Punxsutawney Phil, the groundhog, sees a shadow.
Yep, Brian Dow Murphy,
Yep.
who is in most things that Bill Murray does.
And some things he doesn't do,
And
like
something. I mean,
Christmas
he's a, he's
Vacation.
a he's his own actor in his own right, but he does a lot of bit parts and things for
Bill
Bill
Murray
Murray.
movies.
Yeah.
I was called the Bill movies.
Did you say Christmas Vacation?
Yeah.
Okay, because I was talking over you.
Yeah, you do that a
Then I
lot.
thought then I thought you heard you say that, and
It's
well,
okay, I just mute you.
It's important to the podcast.
Oh, Marshall talked over me and erase Marshall's audio. There you go.
You could just
Now we
bump it so I say it after you.
no, because that messes with my time.
Uh oh, he's talking to you. Delete.
So I'll
Delete.
either I'll listen to both audios and then like I'll mute one or I'll turn one down So that way
Ah.
you can make out what I'm saying, but yours, like, talks actually.
I'll turn 1 down so you can hear what I'm saying.
No, like, I'll turn mine my audio down so you can still hear what I'm saying,
Oh,
but
okay.
yours will be louder so we can also hear what you're saying. Because sometimes you can't make out the difference if they're the same level.
Ah,
So if
got it.
you shift it, you can hear that I'm saying something, you can hear what I'm saying, and then you talk yeah,
Okay.
yeah, so I change things like that. Anyway,
There's a look behind the curtain for you.
yeah, so,
Take us on,
Phil
wizard.
gives us a really, sarcastic follow-up. I think he calls him a weather predicting squirrel.
He he does. He's clearly over this. He's done it
Yeah,
4 years in a row, and he doesn't want to do it anymore.
no, and Rita's like, "Hey, how about we do one without the sarcasm?" And he's like, "You know what? You got what you need. Let's go, lady."
Yeah, we gotta get out of here before the storm comes.
Well, he just wants to get out of here because he doesn't know the
Right.
storm's coming yet. But now they're driving back to,
Town.
Pittsburgh, and they get caught up in the blizzard. And he's like, "No, no. No, 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 no. I'm a weather guy, and I said this is not happening."
This is great too because he's out there shivering.
That they're yeah, doing his little very, like, really cold voice,
Yeah.
which is very similar to his Bill Murray Caddyshack voice.
Yeah, but he's out there shivering, telling there's no blizzard. It's not coming this way.
"For a couple of flakes? What do you mean we're closing the roads?" And the cop is not a good actor in the slightest bit,
No, no, he's not really.
and tells him he can either go back to Punxsutawney or he can venture forth and die. And Phil considers death.
He does. He's he's not a happy man.
No. But then we cut to him inside somewhere warm, and he's trying to make a phone call, and he's talking to the operator, and he's like, "Dude, don't you have a line, like a satellite? Is it snowing in space?" I love that line. And we don't hear the other end of the conversation, but it's really funny listening to him, and he's like, "Well, what about a line for emergencies or celebrities? Because I'm both. I'm a celebrity in an emergency." And then she hangs up on him,
Yeah,
which is funny to me.
he's definitely the type of guy to say, "Do you know who I am?"
Yeah, and to be really, really offended when someone's like, "No,
Except
I
in this
don't."
town, he does not like it when people know who he is.
But now he's at the bar, and I don't think it's ever been officially confirmed,
But
but I think this is the moment where it happens,
where the thing happens,
where the thing happens, because the
okay,
bartender shoots him a look.
the look that says, "I'm magic. I'm going to curse you."
Yeah, that's the one.
Seen that look from a few people in Enchantress, in ancient France, not ancient France, but weird way to get to Beauty and the Beast. Anyway,
I I didn't come together with that,
yeah, no, it didn't come through. Cut that out.
but I think the bartender did it.
Okay. Oh, I should have compared it to the bartender from The Shining. Anyway,
Never seen The Shining.
not yet. Gave thumbs up and it wasn't on camera. You couldn't even see it. No, that's a good assessment. That it's the bartender
'Cause why would they? Because why else would they show him here?
because he's stuck and sad.
And why would he be paying such close attention to Phil?
Okay, yeah. Nope, I accept your hypothesis.
It
Show your work.
never gets confirmed.
No, it doesn't.
We never know how he gets in or out.
It's just a thing that happens.
Randomly,
Yes.
seemingly. Anyway, Phil takes a shower. There's no hot water. He's like, "Hey,
It's
Ma." He
it's
calls the
shared.
lady. It is shared. And he sees the lady that owns the B&B, and he's like, "What's the deal? Why is there no hot water?" And she's like, "Oh, no. There wouldn't be today." And he's like, "Of course not. My mistake. Silly me."
Yeah. It's it's a long it's not a montage because we're following him, but it's a long string of things that just upset Phil.
Right. Some of which would upset anybody, and some of which are justified. Others of which are just simply because he's an entitled jerk.
Yes.
But now we see 6 a.m. and it's the same song, and he's like, "Boys, you're playing yesterday's tape."
Yeah. So put your little hand in mine.
And he's a little weirded out at first, and then he's like, "Oh, you guys are idiots." And then it's still going, and he's like, "Well, they're not fixing this."
No, and they're saying the same things.
And he's like, "This is identical." So they really are playing yesterday's tape, but they're also not adjusting it. Like, oops.
Right.
And then he looks out the window and sees no sign of a blizzard. And he's like, well, that's not right.
Yeah. Yeah. He's not panicking.
He's really weirded out
He is really weirded out,
because he meets the same guy in the
especially when he
hallway
gets in
who's
the
like,
hallway. Yeah.
and the guy's like, morning. See the groundhog? And he's like, we did this yesterday.
He grabs him and shoves him into the wall.
Calls him pork chop.
Poor guy.
Poor guy. Oh, he just making conversation and trying to be nice. You gotta go there.
Oh. He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I thought yesterday was Groundhog's Day."
He's I'm having a day. A
Now he's starting to panic.
little bit. Then he goes down to the kitchen and he asks the lady if she ever has deja vu, and she goes, "I don't know, but I can check with the kitchen."
Which is a great joke.
That's so good. And then as he leaves, he stops a lady and is like, "Where's everyone going?" And she's like, "To Gobbler's Knob. It's Groundhog Day, you know."
There's a thing going on down there. That's the whole point of this town.
And
Let's
he's
go,
like,
Phil.
he's like, I'll bite, sure. I guess that was all a wacky dream." And then he runs into Ned, and he's like, "No."
It's like this isn't happening. Ned
I had to put up with
Ryerson?
this yesterday. I'm not doing it
Yeah.
again. And we glossed over yesterday or the first day that he passes by a elderly man and he's like pretends like he's gonna give him money and he's like, "Oh, I'll catch you tomorrow, bud."
Yeah.
I wonder if that old man's gonna come back.
I wonder. Maybe it was the old man.
So, fun fact
Yes.
is that they spent so much time on continuity and attention to detail in this movie that if you watch the background actors,
Yeah.
they do the same things.
That's good.
Harold Ramis paid close attention to that and made sure that the backgrounds of all the scenes played out the same in every take.
Awesome. That's really cool.
Yeah. Took a long time.
Yeah. I can imagine because I mean, you gotta have those continuity people. You're watching the dailies. Like, no, no, you need to be back a little further. You weren't
Yep.
in
And then
that spot.
all the cars, you gotta time the cars right.
Yeah. Like, where'd that kid go? He's supposed to be in the shot.
But it's time for the report, but he shows up and he goes, "I need someone to slap me in the face." And Rita is overjoyed to do this, and Larry wants a turn. Larry does not
And
get a
Larry
turn.
wants to turn.
I think Larry wants to hit him.
Well, yeah, of course. It's the predecessor to slap bet.
Maybe that's where they got the idea.
Maybe.
Anyway, it's the same as yesterday. The groundhog sees the shadow. He's back in the shower, forgot there's no hot water, and now he's on his bed trying to call home, can't get through. And just as he's about to go to sleep, he breaks the pencil
Yep.
and sets one on the nightstand and one on top of the clock. Fun fact.
Yes.
Do you have the fun fact?
I do not have the fun fact.
They originally shot this scene differently where he completely flips out, trashes the hotel room, and shaves his head.
That's a different way to go.
They opted for the pencil because Harold Ramis couldn't get the fade right.
Oh yeah.
And the scene cut to line up with the movie. So he's like, we're just gonna have you break a pencil.
Yeah.
But 6 o'clock rolls around and it's the same song in the same place, and the pencil is fixed and everything's the same again. And now he's just panicked and running away.
So put your little hand in mine.
And he shows up and she's like, "All right, give the report." And he goes, "Yeah, I'm not doing it. I've done it twice. Meet me at the diner."
Yeah, he's like, I'm done.
And so we meet at the diner.
He's just like, nope, nope. It's either a dream, and if it is a dream, it's a weird dream state I'm stuck in, or if it's really happening, I'm not doing it.
Yep. He's like, "I am not all about this. I am not here for it. I do not like Groundhog Day."
Yep.
So we're at the diner. A guy drops a tray of dishes that might come back. And Phil tells Rita that this is his third time doing Groundhog Day. And she goes, "I thought you've done this 4 years in a row."
Which is a great callback.
I don't think she actually says that. Or were you complimenting my callback?
I was complimenting your callback.
Oh, thanks. I'm gonna cut that out so I look smart.
There you do. That's when you cut things out.
Uh-huh.
Or when I
And then
swear.
And then Larry, yeah, and then Larry shows up and is like, "Hey, bro, time to go."
Yeah.
And
Well,
Rita's like,
we better
"You
head
should,"
out so we can beat the weather.
yeah. And Rita's like, "Or you should stay in Punxsutawney and you should get your head examined." And he goes, "You might be right."
That's a good idea.
So we go to the doctor.
And guess who the
Uh,
doctor is?
who is the doctor?
Harold Ramis.
I didn't recognize him.
Oh,
It's been so long since I've seen anything Harold Ramis.
yeah.
He doesn't look like he did in Ghostbusters.
No, it's 10 years later.
I know, but
He
that's
filled
what
out
I
a
was
little bit.
expecting. Yeah. But when I picture Harold Ramis, I picture glasses and
Oh, you just picture Egon.
yeah, yeah. He's
I mean, he looked the
potentially,
he I mean, he looked like that in Stripes. Stripes? Yeah, yeah, Stripes.
but yeah, and the doctor can't see anything wrong. Not sure I trust his eyesight.
Because he's not wearing his glasses.
Well, and then the way he blinks when he's like, "Yeah, or at least nothing I can see," and he like blinks to have his eyes adjust back.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Well, maybe you should go see a psychologist." And now we cut to the psychologist, who, are we sure he graduated?
No. No, we're not. He
He
seems a little
hears,
off.
yeah, and he's very proud that he has an alcoholic now, but he finds Phil's predicament very interesting, and he's like, "We should probably set up another appointment." And Phil's like, "That's good." And he's like, "Does tomorrow work for you?" And Phil puts the pillow over his face and starts punching himself.
Yep.
And then the very, very observant psychologist is like, "Is that not good?" It's like, "Buddy, you just suggested an appointment tomorrow for a man that can't get out of today.
Yes.
And then you have no idea why Phil might be a little defeated right now."
Yes, but in the psychologist's mind, he's thinking he'll see him tomorrow. He'll explain to him this is his second appointment, that it's not reliving the same day.
No, I just think he's dumb.
There's probably that too. He's not a very good psychologist. At least he doesn't feel like it.
Yeah. But then we cut to a bowling alley where Phil is chatting with the local drunks.
Yeah. Yeah. And Phil's getting an idea at this point.
Phil is starting to figure things out, and he asks the drunks in their infinite wisdom what they would do if there was no, what if there was no tomorrow. Well, that comes a little bit later, because then they leave,
Yeah.
and I forget the one guy's name. Ralph. Ralph is in worse for wear
Yeah,
shape,
yeah, Ralphie.
and Phil's like, "Hey, buddy, do you want to throw up here, or do you want to throw up in the car?" And Ralph's like, "I want to do both."
Come on, give me your keys. Friends don't let friends drive.
Yeah. And then he reverses it, and he goes, "You know, Phil, I don't think I should be driving either," which is like, good for you.
Self-aware, kind
Phil's
of.
like, "Yeah, no, you're right. We're not gonna do that. I'll drive you guys home." So they let Phil drive. And that's when he's like, "What if there was no tomorrow?" And they're like, "Dude, no hangovers." It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And he goes, "No consequences for our actions." Also true. And Phil's like, "You know what? You're right. I'm not gonna play by the rules anymore." And he hits a mailbox, and they're like, "Dude, we wanted to hit mailboxes. We could have just let Ralph drive." Like, that's a valid point.
That is a valid point. But Ralph's gonna throw up now.
Ralph also wants flapjacks.
Ooh, flapjacks sound good.
No, they don't.
I like
Anyway,
flapjacks.
so the cops get involved now, and Phil's like, "I'm gonna run."
Yep.
So he runs. And then he's like, "You know what else I'm gonna do? I'm gonna drive on the railroad tracks because I can." So they have a police chase on the railroad tracks.
Yeah, he's throwing caution to the wind.
Now, there's a train coming.
There's the train coming.
He's playing chicken.
Yeah.
He's betting the train's gonna turn first. I think he's wrong.
Probably.
Now, there's the police car behind him.
Yes.
He jerks the wheel hard and barely beats the train off the tracks.
Yes.
Cop's still behind him.
Which is not very smart on the cops. It's not very smart on the cops' part. It's the Waterworld predicament again. you're
Yes,
you're chasing this guy. You're in a cop car. You can see there's a train coming. I mean, it's not blocking your whole view. You kind of know what's ahead of you. Why are you still
hopefully.
follow? Yeah, why are you still following this car that closely? What's going to happen when he hits the train? Is it going to stop? No, that train's going to hit you too.
And Phil makes it off the tracks, and we do not see that cop car again.
Yeah, maybe it swerved the other way. But again, he should
I don't think he would have been able to get off the tracks
in time.
by just by turning the wheel.
Who, Phil or the cop?
The cop, because he wasn't at the junction.
Well, you could have. I mean, yeah, you could have.
Not easily.
No, not easily, because you either the width of the tracks.
They were straddling a rail.
Yeah. So I mean it'd be rough.
But anyway, he crashes. He hurts Ned. Not Ned. Bill. Nope. I don't
Ralph,
know the guy's name. Not Ralph. Ralph is fine.
the other
But the
guy,
other guy's like, "Oh, my knee." It's like, "Ah, that sucks. He'll be fine tomorrow." But the the car's out of commission. The
Gus.
cop rolls up. Gus, that's his name. He hurts Gus's knee. And the cop's like, "Hey, you stopped." And Phil orders 3 cheeseburgers, some fries, and a chocolate shake. And Ralph asks for some flapjacks.
Flapjacks, please.
And we see Phil get booked in jail. And then we see him wake back up in the B&B. And he has caught on to what is going on. And he is here for it.
He has gone mad with power.
Well, of course I have. You ever tried going mad without power? It's no fun. No one listens to you.
Best episode.
That was the movie.
You're right. I was thinking that was Scorpio, and now I'm gonna come off looking stupid.
Yep. And then Phil punches Ned.
Was it
Ned? Ned Ryerson? Boom.
Phil? Phil Connors? Ned? Just
And then
uh,
Phil goes, and then we see Phil in the
my
diner.
my favorite interaction with Ned. It's just
Yeah,
he
Phil had it coming. Nope,
did.
Ned did it. Ned had it coming.
Yeah, yeah.
But now Phil's in the diner, and he has ordered one of everything.
He has. He's going for it.
And Rita's there, and she's like, "You're gross." And he's like, "I don't really care."
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, she doesn't see how he eats all the time, but I mean, she comes at him pretty hard for for eating the way he's eating right now.
She does.
She's like,
He
"Don't you care
also
about your heart or your anything?" Like, leave me alone.
no.
I'm on vacation.
Yeah. And he lights up a cigarette while he's eating, which is gross.
Yes, but you could do that in the 90s.
Yeah, you can also
Oh,
smoke in
smoke
bowling
inside.
alleys.
You can smoke
Yeah,
anywhere in the early 90s.
good old days.
The good old days when we had the smoking section and the non-smoking section, or the smoking section in the secondhand smoking section,
The
where it's just not in
this
your face.
the smoking section and the non-smoking section, which is separated by an imaginary line.
Yeah, yeah. I don't like the smell of smoke. You can sit over there on the other side of that half wall.
Yeah, that was the thing. Kids these days have no idea what it's like to walk into a restaurant. Like we were kids, right? Oh, table for 6, smoking or none. There's children here. Uh-huh, and
Yeah. And grandma smokes. Smoking section.
yeah, grandma smoked a lot.
Or
Anyway,
non-smoking section, where you can still smell it because you're in the same space.
yeah, same building. Turns out smoke travels. It's fine.
You walk into the building filled with smoke, smoking or non-smoking. It doesn't matter. Stop asking.
Do
It's
you
all
want
smoking.
to? The real question is, do you want an ashtray on your table or not?
Yes, yes. It's like walking to a place that has a live band. Do you want music or non-music?
The music section over here, non-music section over here. What's the difference? You don't have a speaker next to your head.
Yeah, yeah. You hear less music, but you still hear the music.
It's actually probably better than being right up next to the stage.
Honestly, you don't have to worry about stage diving or anything like that.
Yep. But yeah, Phil's not worried about anything, and he stuffs half a tuna fish sandwich, the entirety of it, in his face.
Yeah.
To which Rita scoffs, I guess you'd say.
Ugh.
She's like, very disgusted by that, and then she quotes poetry.
That's a choice.
She makes fun of him through poetry.
Yeah.
And then he laughs at her, and she's like, "You don't like poetry?" And he's like, "Oh, no, I love poetry. I had the author of that poem in particular incorrect." And then Larry comes in and is like, "We gotta leave if we want to stay ahead of the weather." And Phil's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna stay. But Larry, you
Yeah.
should have one of those. Those are good." And
She's
he's
like, "I thought you
staring at it.
hated it here."
He's like, "Ah, it's growing on me." And then he finds Nancy. He seems to have take a fancy for Nancy. That's not even in my notes. I just came up with that on the spot.
I like that.
And he sits down behind her and he goes, "Hey, what's your name?" And she's like, "Nancy." And he goes, "I like that name. Where did you go to school?" And she's like, "Are you kidding me?" And he goes, "You went to
went to,
that school, and she tells him, and he goes, "And your 12th grade English
Lincoln,
teacher
Lincoln High.
was Mrs." And he got that right because it was a Mrs. Could have been a
Yeah,
Mister,
could have been a mister.
and then he would have had to try again tomorrow.
Yeah, or she corrects him.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter.
Yeah, like, Mister no, no, Mrs. Oh, okay, yeah, yeah, that's right, Mrs.
Doubtfire.
I was gonna say phalange.
Nice phalange.
Um, but yeah, yeah, he gets a few key pieces of information.
And then just leaves, and she goes, "Wait, who are you?" And he's like, "Yeah, you're not gonna remember."
Yeah, which is not great.
No, 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 no. He's awful. Because then it's the next day, and he finds her at. He finds out if she goes to the Punxsutawney Phil thing,
Yep, he sees her there.
and then so he goes and finds her the next day, and he's like, "Nancy Cartwright." That's not her name. That's Bart Simpson. But
That that is Bart Simpson. Nancy Davis?
I don't think we do get a last name. He goes, "Nancy," and she goes, "Nah, I got nothing, guy." And he's like, "Mrs. Walsh's English class
From Lincoln High.
from Lincoln High. We did it."
Yeah, Mrs.
It's like,
Walsh.
"Yeah." And she's like, "Oh, okay." And he's
Yeah,
like, "I
it's
sat next to you." And she goes, "Did you? Are you sure?"
it's
"I
it's
was
that
short and I've sprouted."
it's that awkward moment where somebody clearly knows you, but you have no idea who they are.
I've had that a few times.
I have to.
It's and not only do they remember you, but they liked you very much too.
Yeah,
Like they thought you were buddies, and you're like,
just play it off like, "Oh, good to see you."
"Good to see." Do people still call you that name? That wasn't very nice. I'm trying to think how to fish for somebody's name when you
You
don't
see
know it.
people call you that name that's not very Yeah, Chad still calls on Saturdays to rub it in my face. Thanks for bringing that up.
Chad, always doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
There was no Chad. You have no idea who I am, do you?
Why are we continuing this bit?
I don't know because it's funny.
We need humor.
I don't know why I made that choice.
Oh. Aw.
Yeah, so he dates Nancy for a day,
Yeah, yeah, he dates Nancy for a day.
proposes to her,
So,
calls her Rita a couple times.
yeah, which is so weird. My name's Nancy. I know, it doesn't matter. So so one fun fact, since we're in this
Yes,
weird state of Phil trying to figure out what's going on here. One of the reasons that Harold Ramis and Bill Murray were butting heads during the making of this movie was Bill wanted it to be a little bit more serious and thoughtful and kind of dive into the psychological effects of all this, and
right.
Harold Ramis just wanted to make a comedy.
Yes.
He's like, "I just wanna make a funny movie, dude, come on." It's like, "No, no, we can really dig into it. I know we do, but I we're stop it.
But just be funny.
Be funny, we're making a little movie, just can you just please?"
Yeah. So now he's sitting on a curb ish thing.
Yeah. Retaining wall?
That works better.
Okay.
And essentially he robs an armored car.
Yes.
But
Okay, so
he has this whole chain of events. Like he's like, "What?" And there's a gust of wind. And up comes Doris. Fix yourself up there, Doris. Yep, there you go. All right. And then Felix gets out. Stand there not looking good while Henry goes into the bank. And then he has a whole countdown: five, four, three, or 10, 9, 8, car, five, four, quarters, two, and grabs a bag of money and leaves.
yes, yes, he does. He's got this all timed out. Now,
He's done this a few times.
yes, fun fact,
Yes.
fun fact, the the look on your face. For those who can't see, which is everybody, I was gonna say a fun fact, and I coughed instead, which I muted too. But did I look funny?
Seeing somebody cough without sound is hilarious.
Wow. What was my fun fact? Um, while we don't know exactly how many days have gone by at this point, or throughout the whole thing, and we'll talk about that later of how many days he's. Oh, we can talk about that now. There was 38 days filmed
Yes.
in this movie that they touch on. In interviews early on, Harold Ramis was saying that they pictured him kind of being there for like 10,000 years initially, but has in later interviews said that he's probably more around 10 years or so, which would be 3,600 and 500, 6,050 days ish, give or take.
Well, there's not leap year when you're living the same
I
day
said
over and
give
over
or
again.
take.
Yes, the intention was originally that it was gonna be about 10,000 years, and then practicality came, and as things kinda fell into place, they figure it was actually about 10 years.
Yeah, because 10,000 years will give you such a crick in the neck.
Nice.
Thank you.
Now,
Phil has a lot of money.
uh-huh, and then we see him driving a fancy, fancy car, and he gets out of the fancy, fancy car in front of the movie theater dressed like Clint Eastwood.
He does. And he's got another lady with him dressed like a maid.
And she said, "I thought it was a costume party." And he goes, "I'm really into this film."
Seen it 10 times.
100.
Yes, 100 times.
And then Nancy walks by and he goes, "Hi, Nancy."
She has
And
no
she
idea who he is.
none whatsoever. And he goes, "Ah, old fiance doesn't even remember me."
He's doing this bad impression. It's
Oh, it's
he's
great.
just he's just having fun at this point.
And then she's like, "Phil," and he goes, "Call me Bronco." And then she doesn't. There's no
No,
payoff for that.
it's weird. Call me Brock.
It never comes back.
It does not, because she
It just
forgets.
exists right there.
Living for the moment.
Then we cut to his report again with the groundhog at Gobbler's Knob. Every time.
I told you I laugh every time.
42.
43.
That's right.
But your quote, "You're 32, Joe. 32."
No, I'm not. Wait. Oh, man.
Could be 19.
Yes. On a scale of 1 to 10, on how dumb a person can look, you're definitely a 19. But he's actually talking to Rita now and trying to get to know her. They're being nice.
Yeah, it had been a while since I'd seen this movie,
Uh-huh.
and he jumped into the getting to know Rita earlier than I thought he did.
Yeah. I definitely had some of the events mixed up as well.
Yeah. Yeah, but then after watching it again, it's like, okay, that kind of makes sense
Right.
where it goes next.
Well, because during the Nancy tax prep, he calls her Rita.
Yes, yes, he does.
And so that's the only hint we get that he's developing feelings for this Rita lady.
This Rita lady. I wonder who she'll be played by.
What?
I'm kidding. You said it like we hadn't met her yet.
Oh. Anyway, now that now they're at the diner and he's like, "Hey, what's your perfect guy like?" And she tells him. First she says she doesn't want to tell him, and then he baits her into telling him anyway.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, you're describing me."
Like, noted.
And it's like, "No, dude, like, okay." We see he has not had any character growth yet.
He has not. I in real in all reality, he's backslid
Yes,
with no
far.
consequences.
No.
No consequences, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, and then you just wake up and nothing ever happened.
Yep. Chicken with the train.
Chicken drives a train?
I said chicken with the train.
Oh,
We talked about that an hour ago.
facts.
It wasn't that long.
No.
Unless you're listening to this and it was an hour ago, then I'm sorry.
And then we cut to Phil sabotaging the van.
Yeah. Yeah, he's messing it up. Like, you're not leaving either.
Yeah. and then he meets Rita at the bar,
Mhm.
and now we start getting a little bit of I don't know the word for it, but we get to see more of Bill's prep work into things.
Yes.
Kind of get a better understanding. We get some I don't know if you'd call them montages, but like he walks into the bar and he goes, "Oh, can I?" It says something. He goes, "Can I buy you a drink?" And he orders his drink, and she orders hers, and he goes, "Aha, got it." Then we see the same scene start over again, and these are all separate takes. So if you pay attention to the background, this is where they really paid attention to the continuity. Her drink is a sweet vermouth on the rocks with a twist. Fun fact:
Yes.
the reason that her favorite drink is that is because Harold Ramis's wife's favorite drink was that.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah. So then she orders it, and then Phil's like, "Sweet vermouth, rocks with a twist, please." And she's like, "I'll have the same." And he goes, "It always makes me think of Italy, the way the sun sets over the blah 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 blah." It's like that's clearly a rehearsed line of from what
Yeah.
she said, and she's dumbfounded, and she goes, "Well, what should we drink to?" And he goes, "To the Groundhog." And she gets apparently very indignant and mad about that because she only drinks to world peace, and it's like, "Oh, okay, got to do this again."
Yeah. Yeah, so it at this point, it's showing us the prep work, so we know kinda what he did with the armored
Armored
car
car,
or
right?
anything else he did.
Right. We see how long it actually takes.
Yeah.
Because watching it, you kind of ballpark an idea of like, oh, he had to do that a few times, but now you see like every single time like he passes one of the tests, he's got another thing to do, and it's like, oh, this simple thing of picking up your boss in a bar is going to take more than a couple times, and we see that
Right, the million
here.
tasks of Phil Connors.
Right. And so the bar mission is now complete, and they're in a chocolate store. And she's like, "Oh, I hate white chocolate." And he goes, "Okay, doesn't like white chocolate. Check."
Yeah,
And now surpassed that, and he's made it to dinner, and he tanks.
he does.
So then yeah, because she's like, "I studied 19th century French poetry," and he laughs and he goes, "That's a horrible waste of time." And she's like, "Really?" And he's like,
He's like he's like, I need to pause sometimes before I say things because that's clearly not the right move to do, mock her major.
"Yeah." That she feels bad that she wasted her time doing. Don't laugh at her, point out, "Man!" Yeah. So, we see that and this gives you a little bit of a perspective here because it cuts to the next time, and she's like, "Oh, I studied." It's not the next time, but the next time that we get to see.
Right.
She's like, "Oh, I studied 19th century French poetry," and he doesn't smile or laugh at her. He instead recites a poem in French, and she's like, you speak French?" And he goes, "Oui."
I am carefully tailoring myself to suit your needs.
Yes. So did he learn all of French, or did he just memorize the poem and hope it wouldn't come back?
I feel like he just memorized the poem. Although he could have just memorized the poem and then it came back, and so he learned French.
Because he's like, "I apparently have all the time in the world."
Yeah,
But if it
maybe,
was only 10 years, he probably just memorized the poem.
probably.
Now they're making a snowman in the park and the snowball fight starts. Some kids chuck a snowball at him. Fun fact.
Fun fact, okay,
Do you have the fun fact?
that Harold Ramis told the kids to chuck the snowballs as hard as they could at Bill Murray.
Yes. And then the why?
I don't know the why, but I just know Bill Murray chucked them back just as hard as he could.
That's the why.
Okay.
You're gonna want to chuck the snowballs at him as hard as you can because he ain't gonna let it go easy on you. So they are full out pelting each other with snowballs as hard as they can.
And Ramis may have been a little upset with Bill Murray at this point during filming.
Maybe.
The butting of the heads is probably already started and going on, and it's like,
So
just hit him with the snowballs as hard
so
as you can.
actually, fun fact: having known Bill Murray so well, Harold Ramis knows that Bill gets not bogged down, but he gets kind of I guess bogged down or frustrated or flustered with scene and stuff, and so they filmed all the happy, funny scenes first before getting into the serious ones.
Oh, okay.
So that's where the butting heads started to begin. Was the some of the funny ones, but mostly, yeah, it was towards the end. So I don't think he was mad at Bill at this point,
Okay.
or they were butting heads too much at this point. But now they're dancing in a gazebo, and then they walk back to the B&B. Phil invites her in. They play a little bit of kissy kissy face, and she's like, "Well, it's time to go." And Phil gets super desperate because he's probably been doing this for a very long time.
I was gonna say he's probably put a month into this.
Easy. And then he throws the Hail Mary, and that backfires. He tells her he loves her, and she's like, "No, you don't."
You don't know me. We met today.
Yeah.
Right? Because she's the new producer that they met earlier that day on the way the morning.
It's the next day.
No, no, okay, we met yesterday, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
He's like, "Yeah, but I've had a lot of todays."
I mean, yeah, we met yesterday, but I've known you for months. I've been
Yeah.
dating you for months.
We've been dating for a long time. You just forget every day.
I'm kinda your boyfriend.
But yeah,
Oh,
51st dates?
jeez. Yes. It's
I was
it's
gonna
I
see
mean,
how
it's the
long you
same
quote the
premise and
movie.
different it
Yeah, instead of one character losing their memory, every character loses their memory,
right, right. She's Phil in her own little world, but it
but she doesn't get to keep the information.
right,
Everybody
right.
else
She
does.
yeah, it's
It's like yeah,
different.
it would be like Groundhog Day, except everybody else knows what's is reliving the same day.
Yes.
And
Or trying to relive her same day because she's starting every day fresh. Okay.
yeah, we're wrecking it now. Anyway,
We're
so she's
wrecking it.
so she slaps him, and he doesn't like that. And then we're back
Nope.
to this, and we're back to the snowman in the park. And then we cut to a Phil getting slapped montage.
Yeah,
Fun fact:
yeah,
she slaps him 10 times.
okay.
Then we see
So
Phil walking
that's
walking
10
back.
days of our 38.
Yeah, and we see him walking back. He sees ice sculptures, and now we're back at Gobbler's Knob. And she's like, "Phil, you don't look good," and you can tell like Phil's not doing good. He's sick of living in February 2nd.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you can tell after the first time where he gets to the point where he's trying to get her in the, bed and breakfast that night, and she says no, and it's the next one that he's
Over it.
yes, he's it's like when you play a video game, you get to a certain part and you die, you're like, "Ah," and you just try to rush through with it to get back to where you were.
Yeah.
He's just like,
Yeah.
"I know all the right things to do, let me just do them," but
Like
he's not putting the passion into it like he did the
right.
first time.
So like I just finished playing Star Ocean Second Story.
Okay,
I platinumed it.
nice.
Got all the trophies. That requires multiple playthroughs.
Yeah,
So you play it through once, get the story, all that, and there's two protagonists. So you pick the dude the first time, the chick the
okay,
second time. And so, you know, so it's like you do your first playthrough, you get the story, you bond with the characters,
yeah,
all that stuff. It's great. And you beat it, and it's like, okay, now it's time for you do new game plus is what they call it. You get to keep your items, you get to keep your levels,
that's
but
cool.
you gotta pick the other characters now because there's 13 characters and you can only choose 8.
Oh, okay.
So you start the new one, and you know the story basically. A couple things here and there are different, so you got to catch those because you have a different protagonist, so it's a different perspective of the story, but it's the same story. And so you're like, well, I'm already level 110, so
Yeah.
you just start like skipping scenes to get back to
Where
the
the
end of
changes
the
are.
game. You get to where the changes are, but like you're just flying through the game to get back to the post game stuff that you're trying to do.
Yeah,
So that way you can do the next thing. It's like that.
yeah, exactly.
Anyway, we get a big 6 o'clock drop. Close up of the clock, slow motion, numbers are flopping down.
And put your little hand in mine.
We actually don't get the music this time. Um, Phil's starting to lose it. You can tell he's defeated. He's what we cut to him. He didn't. I don't think he did anything except grab a bottle of whiskey and go watch Jeopardy.
Jeopardy. The Jeopardy scene's great.
It's one of my favorites. I love it. It's a retirement home, and he's sitting there watching Jeopardy, and he knows all the answers before the questions are asked.
Yes.
And the elderly people are very impressed with his Jeopardy skills.
Like, "You should go on Jeopardy."
And now
But,
we're
yeah,
back at
he's
yeah,
he's at a he's at a point where he doesn't wanna he's like he's
he's done. He does
Yeah.
not want to do this anymore.
Nope. Yeah, he's done. His big grand plan fell through.
Yep. But he's
He
back at
doesn't
Gobbler's Knob.
he doesn't
He's
see a way to get back to that point.
Nope, he's completely lost it. And then we get a little montage of him breaking the clock. And then we cut back to another his report again,
Yeah.
and he has a revelation that he needs to kill the groundhog.
It's a it's the best revelation.
He needs to be stopped.
This has to end, and it ends with him, the groundhog. It's Groundhog's Day. It's time.
It's time.
I have figured it out.
So we cut to after his report, and he walks up to Rita and says, "Well, it's time." And she's like, "Okay, sure." Everyone's really confused, and he walks over to. We see Buster and Guy put the groundhog in the truck.
Gus.
It is Gus, isn't it?
Yeah, I think.
No, it's not. It's the other guy that works with Buster.
Buster's the mayor, right?
Essentially, yeah. And then his little henchman was there.
Freg. Fred.
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 Yeah. So
Fred and
anyway,
Buster.
he approaches the truck, and Buster's like, "Hey, mister, can I help you with something?" And he just kind of looks at him blankly, hops in the truck, and drives off.
Fun fact.
Yes.
Well, not fun fact. Well, it's a fun fact unless you're Bill Murray.
Are you? Oh, is it about the groundhog?
Yeah, and how the groundhog bit him twice.
Yes. Go
Bit him
ahead.
through bit him through the protective gloves. He had to get rabies shots, a series of rabies shots just in case.
Yep.
But yeah, he's still got a scar on his, I think, middle finger is what it. Yes, it's his middle finger because every time he shows it off, he's like, "I'm not flipping you off," but this is where that little varmint got me.
Yeah. Adding to that fun fact, while we're here,
Okay.
is he- after he had gotten bit the couple times, he was like, "Dude, what's up with the groundhog? I thought this was a trained groundhog." And they're like, "No." Then he's like, What do you mean no?" Yeah, there was a animal rental place in Chicago that we just kind of ordered these from, but they're not tame or trained. He's like, "But there's a handler." And they go, "Yeah, that's he's just kind of there to make sure we get the thing back." That's that's a wild animal.
That's
Because
and that's
yeah, which is why Bill Murray got bit. They didn't do their homework, so instead of renting a movie animal trained for movies, they just ended up raising a couple wild groundhogs for this movie that had no tameness whatsoever.
right.
And so we get this scene of him driving, and he's teaching the groundhog how to drive. And he goes, "Don't drive angry, don't drive angry." And that was ad libbed by Bill Murray because the groundhog was really, really angry at this point.
Hence the rabies shot too, because it's not a vetted animal. It's
Yeah,
just a we need a
yeah.
groundhog. Go get one.
And when he says, you know, "Don't drive angry," the groundhog is angry and trying to climb up over the steering wheel.
Oh yeah, you can
So
see that. I mean, it makes it looks like he's driving, but yeah, he's trying to climb over that
yeah,
thing.
and Bill Murray's grabbing him, which is probably why Bill Murray got bit.
Yeah. Just hang on to just hang on to the groundhog. It'll be fine. Will it? Will it have bit me once? You're like, you got the gloves now, right? It's like, yeah.
It bit through steel.
Yeah. Yeah, those
Yeah.
things those things have a bite on them.
But he ends up going to there's a big old car chase now. He goes to quarry, makes a
Yeah,
big
he
old show of it.
the and the mayor Buster, it's like, if you gotta shoot, aim high. I don't want to hit the groundhog.
And yeah, and the way Rita reacts, it's like, "You've never actually done the news before, have you?"
No, and she's new.
Yep, and Larry gets the camera out, and Phil takes off, and he heads straight forward, and he guns it, and he flies off a cliff and lands into Gorky Canyon,
Fantastic callback.
and, Rita and Larry, Larry's gotta get the shot, and Rita's concerned, and and she's like, "Oh, that's whole Phil," and he's like, "Hey, he might be okay," and then the truck explodes, and he's like, "Yeah, probably not now."
And then you hear the rodent squeak.
Yeah.
I heard that. I'm like, wait, was that just, was that a squeak from a rodent? I had to go back 3 or 4 times just 'cause
Yeah, you hear the groundhog shriek.
Oh, and this next, what, 5, 10 minutes of the movie,
Yeah,
maybe 5 minutes. It's
it's
one of the.
not
It's not long because they determined they could have gone really dark with it, and they're like, nope, it's a comedy.
they
Stop
they
giving us
didn't
ideas, Bill.
yeah, they did not wanna they wanted to touch on 'cause eventually it's the 5 stages of grief is what this movie goes through,
Yes.
and so they wanted to touch on them all, but they did not want to explore how dark you would go in living the same day over and over again.
Yeah. Well,
So,
Harold Ramis didn't want to. Bill Murray seemed okay doing it.
Bill Murray wanted to,
Yeah.
but, um
Once you get past the comedy and start digging into it.
yep, so we get 6 a.m. again, and Phil's like, "Ah, man." So defeating the groundhog didn't work. Phil goes downstairs and he grabs the toaster, and he wants to make some toast while taking a bath, and then he accidentally drops the toaster.
Yep.
He steps out in front of a truck,
Mhm.
and he slips and falls off a very tall building,
Yep.
and we get kind of a uncomfortable scene in the morgue.
Yeah, yeah, where Rita and Larry have to
Identify
verify that it's Phil.
and and Larry's phoning in that.
Yeah. Oh, he was. I like. Yeah, he was a great guy.
I really
It's
really
okay.
liked him
It's
a
okay, Rita.
lot.
Yeah,
Okay, take him away now.
it's okay. She's
Yeah. Now we're in the diner, and Phil's like, "Well, I'm a god,"
yeah.
and it's
He's
like that's an interesting takeaway. And you might be stretching it a little bit far. I do appreciate that he specifies because Rita's like, "You're God," and he goes, "No, no, no, no. I'm not the God.
I'm a god.
I think I'm a god, a god."
Yes.
I'm like, I get less blasphemous, but
I
at
mean,
that point, I mean,
at this point, he's relived the same day. We'll give him 2 years at this point.
he's been shot, like he's done trying to exit stage left.
Right. He's like, "I can't die."
I don't know how this is gonna end or if it's gonna end. I might be immortal.
Yeah. I know everything about everybody now.
Right, because this is not like, okay, he completed his last attempt and now he's just like, "Well, it's great." He's like, "Yep, it's been it," and I don't know how many times he's had this conversation with Rita, and she's like, "I went to Catholic school. You're not God." He goes, "Nope, never said I'm not the God." He's emphasizing because he has no control over everything. But yeah,
Right.
yeah. He goes, "But I've been living the same day forever and ever." And she's like, "Yeah, whatever." And he goes, "Okay, Doris." And he starts just walking around the diner, telling everything about everybody.
Yep. He's
And
like,
she's like, "How are you doing this?" And he's like, "Are you not listening?"
"Yeah, I know things. I know everything."
And then he's like, in about 5 seconds, a waiter's gonna drop. Like to know it that well to where you can do other things and just know when it's gonna happen without like
Right.
watching a clock or anything. To just be
Well,
like,
at
"Yeah,
this
no."
point, he's watching the people go around and
He knows it so well that he can watch everything happening, interrupt things as he needs to, and still know exactly what's happening when. That's a long time.
it
And
is.
so yeah, he counts down 5, 4, 3, 2, Trey. And she's like, "Okay, okay, I'm starting to believe you here." And she goes, "Do you know everything about me?" And he's like, "Absolutely. Here's everything I learned when I tried to seduce you earlier."
Sorry about that. You'll forget tomorrow.
Yeah. And he's like, "Okay, and if you don't believe that, here." And he writes down on a napkin and hands it to her. He's Larry's gonna come in and he's gonna try to take you away, but you can't let him.
Yeah, don't let him
So,
take you.
and he passes the note to her, and she reads the note as Larry's talking, and it says exactly verbatim what Larry says, and she goes, "Oh boy."
Yeah.
And she's like, "Maybe I should spend all day with you." And so that's what happens. And now they're at his B&B room and they're throwing cards.
Yep.
And they make a little reference to his Caddyshack character where he's like, "Be the hat."
Yep. But yeah, it's a different type of day with her versus the one that he orchestrated.
Yes. And then she offers him a new perspective on living the same day over and over again. And
Mhm.
I never caught that before, but I believe he genuinely takes that in, and that's the shift.
Yeah.
And then midnight hits, and she's like, "It's midnight. You're still here." And he goes, And she goes, "Well, I thought I was gonna turn into a pumpkin or something."
Yeah.
And
He's like,
he's like, "Oh no, it's 6 a.m." And she goes, "You but."
"You knew I was waiting till midnight." Like,
He's like, "Yeah, I did."
"You implied. I inferred."
Yeah. But then we get a little bit of a time lapse, and they're both falling asleep because she wants to wait and see what happens.
Yeah.
And he's reading to her.
Yep. Uh,
Fun
yeah.
fact.
Oh, okay, you can do it.
Oh, you want to do it?
No, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Because mine might be different than yours.
About why he's reading to her?
Uh huh.
Because he read to his wife on their wedding night because she got too drunk and passed out?
Yeah, that was the same fun fact I had.
I said it weird, but it was sweet, and at
You
the same
said it nice.
huh?
I said you said it nice. You didn't convey the
Okay.
sweetness of it, but
Oh, okay. Not so fun fact. He was getting a divorce during the filming of this movie.
that's part of the reason why he butted heads with Harold Ramis so much.
Yeah, he's going through a hard time,
Yeah.
which I get.
And it's 6 o'clock and he's alone and he's like, of course.
That did not fix it.
And we see him, he stops at the old man and he starts counting out some bills for him and he's like, you know what? That's all gonna be back tomorrow. So he just hands him the entire wad of cash.
Yep.
And the old guy is real happy.
He's like, "Holy cow, this is great."
And then he's like, I can just go steal more from the armored car, whatever.
Yeah.
And then he brings coffee and donuts to his report. He's being nice and helpful and very pleasant.
Yeah, he's stepped it up. He's like,
Yeah,
"Here, Larry, I got you coffee. This he got the orders right for both of them. He brought food,
yeah, but
offered to
donut.
carry Larry's bag while they set up the shot, asked
Yeah,
Larry's opinion on the shot."
yeah. He goes, hey, I talked to Buster. He's the head of the whole thing. He said, if we stood over here, we get the best shot. What do you think, Larry? So he's being inclusive and he's working as a team,
Yeah.
showing a much better side. He's like, gives Larry the coffee and the donut, and he's like, let's move the stuff. And Larry's like, oh, okay. And he's trying to fumble, and Phil's like, no, no, no. Take your coffee, take your donut. Let me grab this stuff. Let me move this stuff for you.
Yeah.
You, you're here early. I'm late.
And then as they're walking, he's like, "We never talk. Do you have a family?"
Yeah.
Which implies that he has not got to know Larry this entire time yet.
Has not cared to get to know the lair.
Nope. He knows everybody
Say,
else in the town.
do you remember that guy Larry next door?
Awesome. Man, we haven't had a good Weird Al reference in a while.
We just did.
We did.
But now we get some piano playing at the diner. I think it's playing over the diner. It's kind of
Yeah,
just playing over the whole scene, but
it's on the he looks up at the radio. It's playing on the radio specifically in the
and
diner when he's
yeah, and he gets an idea, and they just kind of continue playing it over the top of what happens next because he goes to a lady's house who teaches piano
Yep.
and knocks on the door and he goes, I'd like a piano lesson now. And she goes, buddy, I'm with a student. And he's like, yeah, but I robbed an armored car and I can give you $1,000.
And she's like, "Come on in."
She's like, come on in. And then she shoves this little girl out into the cold.
Yep. And the as soon as they go inside, the good piano music that's been playing the whole time stops.
And we get his really bad piano music
Yep.
playing.
Yep. And this is apparently the best time that works for him.
Yeah. The little girl's not going to care.
No, probably not.
Not tomorrow.
No, not tomorrow. But if he does it the same time every day,
She's still not going to care.
true.
So we see Groundhog Guy again
Buster or Fred?
in the hallway at the B&B. Off to see the
Oh,
groundhog?
Buckman. Hang on.
Yeah.
Say Groundhog Guy. There's a lot of Groundhog Guys. It's a Groundhog movie.
Off to see the Groundhog Guy again.
The
Better?
Wonderful Groundhog of Oz. He sees the guy in the hall.
The guy in the hall who's like, off to see the groundhog, and he just makes this guy's day.
He does.
Absolutely, and that was his goal from the get-go was like,
He is stepping it up today.
yep, he is Turbo Phil. I don't know.
It's Turbo Phil. Yeah, I think he once he dials, he's try. I don't know if he's actually doing this, but he's. I think I feel like he's like dialed into that guy. That's what he does with him every day now, or at least some version of that to lift his spirits.
Right. Then there's more piano.
Yep,
We see him
continuing
doing
to
some
learn,
ice sculpting, kind of
learning new things.
like learn how to ice sculpt, and Larry and Rita are just like, did you know he knew how to ice sculpt? And Rita's like, dude, I got here yesterday. Yesterday was day one.
Yeah.
And then we get more piano playing. He's getting better.
Yesterday was day 1. Today's day 2, the 2nd,
It's only him reliving the same day over and over again.
but it's the 2nd.
No, yeah, of February. Got it.
Yes.
Yep. And then he runs into Ned Ryerson,
Ned?
and he's being really friendly with everybody, but he gets a little more friendly with Ned than Ned is comfortable with.
He does. He does. He's yeah, he makes Ned uncomfortable.
No bet. I mean, it's a bold choice for someone you haven't seen in 20 years.
It is. If he even knows who Ned is,
Right.
or if it's just all part of the
Then he runs into the old guy,
yes, he sees
the
the
old
old guy.
old homeless guy, and the old homeless guy is very, very happy to see Phil again. So that maybe leads me to believe that he's been giving him money every day.
Yeah.
Every time he was walks by and hands him the whole wad of cash.
Yeah. So, do we think there's over the course of this whole time, do we think there's a lingering Phil effect?
A lingering Phil effect.
Yeah,
Great
like
work.
they don't know him, but there's something about him that they're like, okay, it's because I mean they do know him. He's the news guy, but I know
Sure, sure,
that he's
sure.
he's ingratiating himself. But similar to how in 51st Dates, she just knew kind of who he was without knowing who he was. If there's just kind of a lingering, it's like, oh, it's Phil. Yeah, we have a little bit more of a connection to this guy because of all the time, even though we don't really know him.
So there's a scene, I don't remember where it is. It might be in the diner when he's telling her that he's living the same day over and over again, where she mentions there's a part where Rita mentions to him that she feels a familiarity
Yes.
that she
Okay.
can't explain. So you might be right about the lingering Phil effect, which
That's just
horrible
helping.
name for it, but
It's helping to bolster his presence in the town.
yeah, it helps him be inherently endearing to everybody.
Right.
But I do think that he has been giving the old man money every day. And then he goes and robs the armored car, and then he goes and buys the donut.
He's got his day laid out.
That's what he's doing. He's laying out the perfect day, I guess.
Yeah.
But he takes the old guy to the hospital.
Yeah, because he's not doing well.
First, he gets some soup, buys some food. He's like, "Let's go eat, dude. You look hungry." He feeds him.
Yep.
He calls him father and pops, and
Yeah. Just ingratiating himself to him.
yeah.
Guy doesn't say a thing the whole time either.
No, they don't have to pay him as much if he doesn't talk.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, because then
Okay.
they can bill him as an extra.
Ah,
I have no idea if that's why.
I'm looking him up.
But yeah, he takes the guy to the hospital, and he finds out the guy dies.
His name is Les Podwell.
Yeah,
Yep. From Chicago. He's in a handful of things. The Doll Maker, The Naked Face, Two Fathers Justice, Chicago Hope for an episode. But yeah, he dies.
uh, yeah. Okay, so I got the scene. We do a couple scenes with the old guy. First, he just sees him and takes him to the doctor because he's unwell and get him all healed up, and that's when he dies. And then we see the next one where he's feeding him soup. He's like, "Oh, if I feed him, he'll get his strength back and he'll have enough
Oh yeah,
to."
yeah, yeah. Take care of him today. Make sure he's fed, he's happy, he's clothed.
Yeah, and the guy still dies in the alley,
Yeah.
even though Phil's giving him CPR, and then he just kind of leaves it, and we don't ever see the old guy again.
I mean, at the ER, he's looking at the chart. He's trying to see what he could do differently, what was wrong with him. If maybe if he got him there earlier, or then the nurse is like, sometimes people just die. It's you can do everything right, and life finds a way. Um,
Nice,
and in a similar vein to this, where Phil's upset. I mean, because he knows the day, he's everything. He knows how to do everything. He's got all this knowledge and power that he can manipulate pretty much anything to go his way, except this. This is always ending with the old man dying that day,
right,
and it's similar to a big story point of a lot of Superman mythos too, where with Superman with all his power, the one thing he couldn't do was save his dad Jonathan Kent from a heart attack. Um,
right,
so it's the lesson to learning about life, mortality, and
inevitability.
yeah,
Even someone who seems limitless has limits,
yes,
and we get back to Phil's report on the groundhog, and he apparently has captivated the entirety of everybody at Gobbler's Knob.
Yes, yes, he has this he has this speech that he's planned for 9 years or so.
Oh, I think it's the full 10.
Yeah, but yeah, it is this immaculately crafted
Yeah,
piece of work that everybody's like, "Yeah, that's the Phil effect."
that is, yeah. And then it all ends, and Rita talks to him about something, and he goes, "I'd love to stay and chat, but I got errands to run." And she's like, "Yeah, okay, sure. Wait, what? You have What errands? We're leaving. You hate this place."
Yeah,
Because let's not forget, and that, yeah, I think that was one thing that was just super hard for them to convey. But if you look at it, they do a very good job on the continuity of the fact of like it's still day two,
yeah,
even though Phil's lived it a million times and we've lived it a million times with Phil.
yep,
All the other characters are still very much day two.
yes.
But he catches a kid falling out of a tree.
Who apparently never thanks him for catching him.
Never, never.
It's like, "Maybe I'll let you fall tomorrow."
I'll see you tomorrow, maybe.
Yeah, so,
Some
yeah,
old ladies get a flat tire.
he's got all these good deeds he's found himself he's able to do and get taken care of
Yeah.
throughout his morning.
And the part I love about this is I think I love the continuity of this movie
Yeah,
because every townsperson we've seen, we see over and over again.
yeah. I mean, it's a small town. We see a lot of
Right.
the same familiar faces.
But like Doris is the lady in the diner, and she's the one that we see coming up to the armored car.
Yep,
We see Gus, um,
and
when
Ralph.
and Ralph in the diner in the beginning. Gus is the one who turns around. Oh, Phil, like the groundhog?
Yeah,
Then a couple scenes later, he's drinking in the bowling alley with them.
yeah,
We see Buster up at Gobbler's Knob. We go right here to where he just randomly walks into a restaurant and gives Buster the Heimlich maneuver because he's choking.
yep, yep.
So does Buster die every day except today?
Possibly
Has
something he didn't
Buster
know about.
has Buster choked to death for every day for 10 years?
Maybe. I mean, maybe that's something he was looking at too. It's like, what lives can I save? Maybe the kid fell out of the tree and didn't make it, so he catches him.
Yeah,
Like he lands weird, and so him being there catches him, and Buster doesn't make it. He chokes, and he's like, I can save that one. I know the Heimlich, or if I don't, I can learn it.
yeah. I got time.
Yeah,
I can just keep practicing until I get it right. Oh, sorry, I couldn't save him today. Okay, he'll be fine. But then
saving the people he can.
we're at the hotel, and Larry is, well, he's trying with Nancy.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
just
he is.
he seems angry, which is not a good way to flirt.
No, angry flirting is not good. I guess unless you're both on the same page.
Yeah, but he's trying. He's not doing well. He asks if she wants to see the inside of the van. She very much says no.
Yeah, that is not a good flirting. You want to
You
see the
want to
inside
see
of
the
my
inside of
van? Where is it?
the
Down by a river?
but she's like, "I'm gonna go back into the party because there's apparently a Groundhog Day party that evening."
Yep. That they some people go to.
Yep, and he's like, "Okay, I'm just gonna leave a tip." And so he sets down a big tip, and then when she's not looking, he takes back more than half of it.
Yeah.
And they run into Rita, and Rita's like, "Oh, we're going to the party. Oh, should we call Phil?" And Nancy's like, "Phil Connors? Oh, I think he's already in there." And they're like,
Yeah. So I
"Sure, he
part
wanted
of
to
the
go home."
yeah, part of the Phil effect, I think. But I mean, he's definitely met with nearly everybody in the town, at least at this party at some point during the day.
Yeah.
Ingratiated himself, did the his helpful bits, got his name out there.
And then we walk into the party and we see that Phil's the guy playing the piano or the keyboard,
Yes,
tickling the
he's
88s,
yeah,
playing
and
the
he's doing
88s real good.
amazing at
Yeah, he's only ever had one lesson.
it. Yep. And his teacher's so proud.
So look how good I am.
Yeah.
And then he notices Rita, stops the song they're currently playing, and plays a pretty song.
Yep.
And yeah, so from there, the piano teacher brags that Phil is her student, and then they swap places, and she starts playing the keys while Phil dances with Rita,
Yep.
and
Yeah,
Rita
I mean,
sees.
I'm guessing she was performing the event,
Yeah,
and since he's a prodigy, she let him. Since he's a prodigy and won her over, she let him do a song or two.
yeah, and so we see that while he's dancing with Rita, some townsfolk approach Phil and talk about how great he is, and so Rita gets to see how endearing he is to this town of people that he couldn't stand yesterday.
Yep.
And now it's auction time, and they're gonna auction off a date with Phil Connors. And Doris has $10 that says that Phil is hers,
Yeah. Doris is all about the Phil.
and so is Nancy apparently.
Yeah.
And so they get in a little bidding war and they go up to $55. And then Rita chimes in for some reason, even though she hasn't spent any time with him.
Nope. But there's something captivating about him.
And she says $339.88. And that is when Buster shuts it down. No more bids. And then Larry,
No more
like,
bids. The town just lost a bag of money from the armored car. We can't afford for people to lose any more money.
right. And then Larry decides to try his luck, which go Larry, good for you. Uh, but he eventually gets sold to an elderly woman for 2 bits.
Yep.
And for those of you who don't know, 2 bits is 25 cents.
Yep. Because it breaks down to 12.5 cents.
Yep. Phil and Rita are leaving and they run into Ned, and then Ned discloses that Phil bought all the insurance policies he had to offer, and then asks where we're going, and Rita's like, "Oh, we're not gonna spoil it." And we get one of my favorite noises that a person has ever made from Ned.
Oh, that didn't pick up.
No, I'm glad you I thought you didn't try, and I was really glad for that.
Oh.
Watch the movie. It's a fantastic noise, and he does it so well.
He does. He's like, "Oh, I get it. It's tax time."
Sure. So Phil's making an ice sculpture, and it looks nothing like Rita.
True.
I never thought it did.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, it's beautiful." And he's like, "Oh, I know your face so well, I can do it with my eyes closed." And I'm like,
I thought it looked
Did
like
you
her.
try? Because that don't look like her a one bit.
He taught
It,
himself art.
it looks like generic lady."
Looks like generic lady.
Yeah, but it's nice. It's a nice sculpture.
They took a cast of her face, made a mold, and froze it. It's a giant ice cube of her face.
Is it?
Yes.
Her face doesn't look like her face.
At least not in ice.
It does not translate. Her face does not ice well. But it's 6 a.m. again, and guess what song is on the radio?
So put your little hand in mine.
Except it's not at that spot, so it's a
It is
nice
not.
fake out.
It is a fake out because you hear the song, you're like, "Oh no."
'Cause, man, what's left?
Yeah. What's
And
what's he got to
then
do? That seemed like a perfect day.
and then Rita reaches over and turns off the alarm clock, and he's like, "Well, that's new." And so he pinches her,
Yeah.
and she's like, "Ow, what was that for?" And he goes, "You're here. It's different." And she's like, "Yeah, so?" And he goes, "Different's good. I haven't
Yeah.
had different in a long, long time." And then he gets up and he looks outside, and we see the remnants of the blizzard.
Yeah. There's snow everywhere.
It's February 3rd. He is finally done after roughly 10 years.
Yep.
And then we get a cut to outside, and Phil's like, "Hey, maybe we should move here." Again, day 3, buddy. You've
Yeah.
known her for 3 days.
To be fair, he's known her for 10 years, nearly a decade.
That's true. She's known him for 3 days.
Yes, but she's
And
smitten. And like
yes,
I
and
said, I think there's that Phil effect.
right. And he's like, we'll rent to start."
Yeah. Yeah, we're not gonna buy a house or anything, but yeah,
And then we roll credits.
we do.
Marshmallow.
This is always a fun movie to watch. It's watching it through a different lens, a little more attentive is like, oh, this I mean, as we looked up to and found out it could have gone really dark and there's some things like, yeah, that's questionable, but I mean, based on the circumstances and everything, it lays out fine. Um I have a good time watching it. It's fun movie. Uh, I'll keep watching it. It's on my list. Not like a regular one because like I said, I don't think I'd seen it in a few years, but yeah, I had a lot of fun with it. What about you?
I love this movie.
Yeah,
It's so much fun. I like the concept of it. I like the idea of it. I I find myself there's a lot of times I watch the movie and then I spend time pondering what I might do if I had the same day over and over and over again like that.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, it's always fun. It's cast really well. The only weak acting is that sheriff.
You can't go through here. There's
Yeah,
a blizzard coming. I
it's not that bad, but yeah,
know.
I get what you're saying. It's yeah, I don't know if I'd call it a perfect movie, but it is. If you're not, yeah, no, it's a great movie. Everything they really did their homework with it. I love the continuity of it. I love that they paid so much attention to the detail. It's a good balance. It's not just comedy. It's not just dark. It's not just serious. It's not just romantic. The balance of everything is is very well done. And I
That's
forgot
good.
to mention, on that last day, right before the party, we see another look from the bartender that he gives Phil, or that he
Ah.
gives.
So
That's
yeah,
like,
maybe it might be the bartender.
I always thought it was the bartender. So, yeah, I
Maybe the
saw it on
bartender
Amazon.
lived all those days too.
Yeah, I went to rent it on Amazon. It was $1 more to buy it, so I bought it.
Yeah.
So I own it now. I think I owned it on VHS and lost it years ago, but
I might have it on VHS over there.
that is, yeah, I think
Oh.
that takes care of my final thoughts. So, Marshall,
Yeah,
it's time.
it is time. It is it is that special time when I get to tell you what I have picked for my movie.
And you're
Uh,
picking on the fly right now because you still haven't
nope,
decided, have you?
nope, I have decided.
Ah,
I was
good.
just looking up a little piece of information. So this movie is one we watched a lot growing up. It is a blockbuster. One of three blockbusters by this actor um,
Oh, no.
from 1994.
Ah,
And we are going to do we're going to do the other one that we're going to do on this podcast because we won't be doing Ace Ventura. So we're going to be doing The Mask.
oh, okay.
Did I throw you off?
Yeah,
Good.
that's fun. I almost picked The Mask instead of Groundhog Day.
Really?
I was going back and forth between 3 movies, and The Mask was one of them.
Yeah.
So, fun.
Yeah. Because as we talked about in Dumb and Dumber, Jim Carrey had three blockbuster movies come out in '94.
He was busy that year.
Yeah, Ace Ventura, The Mask, and Dumb and Dumber.
Could you imagine filming 3 movies in a year?
Depends on how long the shoot time is.
Oh, yeah, I guess he
And it's
didn't.
it's not like he's it's not like he's doing all the parts. He shows up, does his stuff, and like, "Good, have fun editing, bye."
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I mean, unless you wanna do Ace Ventura on the podcast. But I think when we did Dumb and Dumb, you're like, "No, we're not doing that one."
No, we're not doing Ace Ventura. It doesn't age well either.
No, it doesn't. So, yeah. So join us next time when we listen to The Mask or watch The Mask. I don't know. Stanley Ipkiss in The Mask of Loki.
Yes. Well, I think that's gonna take care of today's episode on Groundhog Day, on the movie
Groundhog.
Groundhog Day,
It
not
is
on
not
actual.
Groundhog Day.
It is not actually Groundhog Day. It is April.
Yeah, it's far from Groundhog Day.
But if you'd like to reach out to us, you could do so. Watchitbropodcast at gmail.com. We are on the X, formerly known as Twitter, at WatchItBroPod. Facebook and Instagram under that same handle. Our intro and outro music is provided by my lovely wife. That intro being Blue, that outro being Orlando. And as always, thank you for watching.
You said this is the best Groundhog Day movie. What are other Groundhog Day movies?